Record. Hi, everyone. It is March 13th. Welcome to Team Call. I'm really excited to have a special guest speaker on the call. I like doing these coach interviews. I've heard from a lot of you guys that you love when I do it, and hey, it makes it easier on me. I love teaching stuff, but I think when you guys can hear from other coaches that aren't just me, because there are tons and tons of coaches on our team that are successful in different ways, whether it's building their team or hitting Success Club, or just whatever it is, being organized. Hearing from them is really, I think, beneficial, and a lot of you guys have said so. So we have Jenny. We're going to get in that call in a second. I just have some announcements I want to make, and then we will get into it. So again, just a reminder, testimonials. I have been getting some more of them from you guys, but just remember, little blurb, before and after picture. It can be physical, mental, whatever you want. Just share it so we can get that done. Okay, so some announcements. So just a reminder, and I'm going to make this a part of Team Call every single time, is just, this is old from last week, but just making sure that you are on track with, hitting Success Club, all that stuff, because it's going to help, the team as a whole get to elite. And myself and Danielle are working on getting a elite like checklist booklet type of thing that everybody's going to be able to use. And it's going to be really beneficial, even if you're just going for, you're maybe you're not like, if the idea of helping the team get to elite kind of scares you, because I know some people are like, I think I want to do it, but I don't really know what that means. It kind of freaks me out. The booklet's just going to help you in general. I mean, regardless of whether you're focusing on helping the team get to elite or you're just focusing on doing your own thing, but you follow the booklet, it's going to help you be successful. So also tomorrow we're having the elite call, which is basically going to be a check-in, and it's going to be every third Wednesday of the month, because every second Friday of the month they release the elite rankings. So they released the elite rankings this past Friday. We're at 470 in the entire company, and a lot of coaches are at 470 right now, and the same numbers, just because everybody kind of has around the same points, unless you're like, Melanie Mitchell. But we're going to have the call tomorrow. There was a resounding, like 25 people or something like that voted for us to have the call on Wednesday. So if you voted and I don't see you on the call tomorrow, I'm going to come find you. Just kidding. But I saw a lot of you guys vote for that. So please try to make it on. If you have work, obviously that's a thing. But anything else, really, you should be trying to make it onto that call, especially if you voted for Wednesday. So it's going to be every Wednesday, but tomorrow is going to be the call. Number 2, the beach bars are being launched April 6th. I know that's, a little bit from now. I mean, it's just next month. But you guys, I haven't done a good job of talking about it, and that's totally my fault, but they finally released some videos. I want to share some stuff with you guys, which I think is really super cool. Wait, where is this? I'm not going to do that. I had something I was going to share at the end of the call, but that'll take too long. But just to share some things with you while this is loading. So the product toolkit for the beach bars is available. That means you can go, just like a challenge group, just like a program, you can go and you can check the back office and look at the product toolkit. It gives you everything you need. So this is where you be proactive. Obviously, I am here. Your coaches are here to help you answer any questions, but don't ask them like a simple question like how many grams of protein are in the bar. You can go to the product toolkit, be proactive. Now, if you're looking through something and you're not really sure, or you don't know what to do, or you're not sure what to say, that's totally okay. But make sure you're just doing your own research first. They even have a cool video, which I thought was like the coolest thing. Beachbody is just like, so up and coming. Where is it? Where's the video? Here we go. It's like a 28-second video, but it's like so legit, I feel like. I don't know. Maybe I just think it's cool. Looks like it's like a commercial that's going to go on TV. It's 27 seconds long. Like, I don't know. I think that's like the coolest thing. Like, usually we have these like super cheesy infomercials, which get the point across, but like that, I don't know. I thought that was really cool. So the beach bar thing, I at first heard that there was soy in it. I saw the ingredient label from the original package, and I was like, oh my God, I don't like these. But they've changed around the ingredients. It's a whey protein isolate. So if you're somebody who's like, I can't usually have dairy, but like I can have Recover, which is me, This is a whey protein isolate. So I am going to try the bars and see how my stomach handles them, but the ingredients look really good. They compare them to Kind Bar, RX Bar, Cliff Bar. Now, I first looked at this and I was like, this looks incorrect, but this is based off the fact that Beach Bar has 150 calories. So like RX Bar, I know because I'm an RX Bar fan, has 12 grams of protein. I was like, this is false, but it's based off only taking 150 calories out of each bar. So you can kind of check out that. It talks about all these things like who to target. Like, guys, Beachbody gives you the tools. If you aren't using them, that's your own prerogative. I know, we can share these with people. They're not going to be for everybody. I understand that. It's the fact that they have whey in them, but they don't have peanuts in them. Before I saw that they did, besides obviously the peanut butter chocolate, but they have almonds in them. So make sure you check through them. Make sure I'll be working on getting some scripts together when it comes closer to launch, but talk about it now. You could do a poll in your Instagram story and say, who loves bars, or what's your favorite bar? And then, like, if you did a Facebook question, let me know all your favorite bars below. And then each person that commented, whether it was on Instagram or Facebook, you reached out to and you were like, oh my gosh, hey, I saw your comment on my post. I saw that you like the whatever bar. I like that bar too. Blah, blah, blah. Start talking about the bar. Just a way to reach out to people. The cool thing is too, and down here it gives you the prices. With the 3-box option, and you get a ton in there. Now that might sound like a high price. I mean, coaches get it for $90. Any like RX bars would be that much if we were doing that too. I don't see it on here, but I heard that you get Success Club points from these. So don't quote me on that, but just keep an eye out for that. But that's in the product toolkit. You can look at the ingredient labels. You can see all of that stuff in there. So check that out for yourself when you get a chance. Okay, moving on. That was just kind of a little bit long. So next thing, I'm not going to get into this because honestly, I am currently talking to somebody who is in the To Be Mindset test group. And I really want to learn a little bit more. Ignore this. I swear, Canva always doesn't change my things. But anyway, To Be Mindset is coming. I believe the FAQ, if you want to learn more about it. Beachbody last night just put a crap ton of videos all about To Be Mindset. There's an 8-minute video where you hear the story of the nutritionist lady that's doing it. Like, these are the things that you want to do when we come out with new products. Don't just wait for something to be shared on the team page. Be proactive. Go on YouTube, search some things. But it's a mindset thingy. I mean, I heard her talking about the scale, which I don't really understand why. So that's kind of what I want to learn a little bit more about everything before I share it. But just know that To Be Mindset is coming May 2nd. So that is in a little over 2 months, or a little under 2 months. Also, don't forget, you can earn an invite to the Success Club party at Summit. You want to basically hit Success Club 10 this month, Success Club 10 next month, so you can go to the party. And the weekly challenge, as always, use hashtag Confidence Squad. Shout out Kylie. You are constantly using that, girlfriend. And if you forget to use it, just put it in your hashtag things. I would never remember to use it if I did that. But in my chunks of hashtags, when I have my notepad, I just include Confidence Squad in there. Not in every single one, but a lot of them, because you can overuse a hashtag. And then I want you to send out 30 invites to our coach sneak peek. I went Facebook Live today in the team page, and make sure you check that out if you haven't. But we're having our coach sneak peek. I think we had over 10 coaches join last time from the workshop in total that I saw in the back office, if not more. So use this to your advantage. It's really, really beneficial. So I recommend sending out 30 invites. At least that's my challenge to you. If you don't have 30 people to invite, then reach out to people and start talking to them about coaching. Then you can invite them, even if it's brand spanking new. It's the perfect time to do it, because you're like, listen, I know we're just talking about this, but this is actually the perfect time for you to kind of find out a bunch of information in a really fun way. Join our sneak peek. Okay. Last but not least, shout out people who are already on the board. Catherine Walters, lone survivor right now at Success Club. I am at a big fat 0, guys. I have some people finishing some stuff tonight, but I'm at 0. So it's March 13th. I'm at 0 right now. I've been talking to people, but as always, sometimes I struggle too. So I'm pushing. I'm not giving up. Success Club 10 will happen, if not more. And then everybody on the 500 Club, you guys are rocking it. Whoa. There was somebody I saw on here. No, I don't see their name. Okay, so let's get into the call. Let me stop my share really quick. Okay. Awesome. Okay, so tonight we have Jenny speaking on the call. I'm so happy to have her share. She's super nice, super sweet. I mean, I feel like everybody is from Canada. Like, I don't know what you guys drink out there, but like, you guys are always like the nicest people. And I want to come visit Canada at some point because there's so many coaches we have on the team out there. So hopefully that happens. But I have some questions that I'm going to ask. And then while we're doing this, if at any point you guys have any questions, anything that Jenny says, and you're like, oh my gosh, I want to know, please, please, please share in the chat box. You can unmute yourself once we're done. And then we will go from there. But Jenny's just been rocking it and killing it. Success Club 20 like every single month. So let's start with the first question, which is just tell us a little bit about you, your story, and kind of what led you to become a Beachbody coach.
Yeah, no problem. Well, thanks for joining us, guys. I really appreciate this. And thanks for inviting me, Alexis. So I started coaching last year. I was already doing my own thing. I was already coaching people one-on-one, mainly family, because I was just starting in the health and fitness industry, I guess you'd say. I've got 2 fitness certifications, and I'm also working on getting my nutrition certification as well. So I was posting a lot of my my stuff on Instagram, and Danielle, who's my coach, I love her, approached me. And at first I was like, I don't know about this. I kind of want to do my own thing, and I don't want to be selling your weird shake. So I was a hard sell. I was like, I don't know. But she was relentless, which is great because she kept asking me questions. And if it weren't for her, there's no way that I'd be doing this now. And I absolutely love it. I love coaching so much. And I love the fact that I've been able to help so many more people using Beachbody's products and services. There's no way I would have been able to help this many people if I were just doing this on my own.
Yeah. And I think that's really, really important. That's why I know I say this every time, but I love the national wake up calls and everything when you hear, people's story and how they got started. Like not everybody just like says yes right away, like no. You were definitely not on board. And I think I remember Danielle talking about you, and she was like, oh my gosh, this girl's so awesome. Like she's really awesome with the team, but she's not saying yes. So that's good to hear. So remember that, guys. Like Jenny's rocking it, but she was like, I'm not even gonna do it.
Yeah, no, I wasn't into it at all. So maybe just like backtrack a little bit about before that. So I live in Norman Wells in the Northwest Territories. It's in northern Canada. So if you look like it's towards the Arctic Circle, basically. I'm like way, way far up, and I live in a small town. It's like 2,000 people here. We're pretty isolated. So we can only drive out 3 months of the year without an ice road. Otherwise we have to fly in and out. So like completely remote and isolated. Needless to say, there aren't too many people who are on the same kind of journey as I am. I am recently sober. I'm a recovering alcoholic, so I've been sober for over a year now. And one thing that really helped me with my sobriety, especially in the first few months, was exercising and eating right. But I didn't really have those types of people around me. So I reached out online, and I'm so glad now that I have this huge community of people who are interested in the same things. And they've helped me stay on track, not only with my health and fitness, but also with my sobriety as well. So again, I love it. Like all the benefits that there are to being involved with Beachbody have just been amazing. And that's what I do when I share my story is like, I'm real. I'm just like everybody else. And like, I have struggles too. And so that's what I do is just share it.
Yeah. And I think that that's really important. Just knowing that obviously everybody on this call has a different story, and you might not have the same exact story as Jenny. And I too, before I go into that point, the fact that you live in, because somebody I was talking to, one of your coaches messaged me, I think, or somebody messaged me, and they said that you were off land or something like that. And I was like,
yeah.
What do you mean by that? Now it makes so much sense. You can only drive out 3 months out of the year.
Yeah.
How does that affect like your grocery shopping or like eating healthy?
It's insane. So yeah, that's the main question that I get from a lot of people. Like, how do I afford to like eat fruits and veggies and get all this fresh stuff? especially having access to it. Like there's we get fresh fruits and veggies here maybe like 3 times a week. So I'm like the first in line when they like pick them out at the store kind of thing. And yeah, a lot of it's pretty expensive, but if you're able to plan ahead, and I promote a lot of frozen fruits and veggies as well, because it's just as high in nutrients, if not even more than the fresh stuff, because it's that fresh stuff ripens on the truck as it's traveling up north, basically.
Yeah.
So I've got certain, and because we live in such a remote area and I am still so in tune with my culture, my partner's a hunter, so we eat a lot of wild meat. So that saves us a lot of money that way too. So on my, with my social media, I promote a lot of my own indigenous culture as well. I'm a Dene woman. And so I promote a lot of my language. I promote a lot of the traditional foods that we normally eat. And because it's the healthiest food for you, basically it's a paleo diet.
Yeah. That's really awesome. I think that that's probably why a big reason why you do so well, because we always talk about sharing your story, and you are staying very true to who you are. You're not, conforming or changing, like you're just sharing you. And I've seen, some of the stuff that you share about your culture, and like I was a history major. So like just seeing any of that stuff, like is so interesting to me. So I think that you do a really awesome job of sharing that, which is really, really awesome. Okay. So next question. Okay. What does your daily schedule look like, including personal life, work, Beachbody, like everything that you have to do? What does that look like in a day?
So, so my alarm goes off at 6:30, and thank God for Mel Robbins in the 5-second rule. I actually get up at 6:30 now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, get out of bed. Otherwise, I would hit snooze for like an hour. But now that there's extra time, I'm able to have coffee with my spouse before he goes off to work. We both work full time, so we get, the few moments that we have together are quite precious. And then he's gone, and then I do my morning meditation and my personal affirmations, which I typically have downloaded on through an audiobooks. So I'll listen to them while I'm like getting ready in the shower or whatever on my Bluetooth speaker, so that my mind is in the right place before I head off to work. I used to be one of those people that would grab my phone and start checking emails and social media as soon as I woke up. But I found that it had such a negative impact on me that I've refused to do that now. I don't touch my phone at all, really, unless I need to, just shut off my alarm. But I don't touch my phone at all until I get to work. So after I do my personal development, typically cook breakfast for my daughter and I. I have a 19-year-old daughter, and then we both, she goes off to school, and then I go off to work. And I work full-time for the government here. I'm an environmental analyst. But they are quite flexible because I've been with them for so long. So they let me leave an hour throughout the day to go work out, which is great because I do field work. So we need to be in good physical condition as well. And so I typically come home around 4:00, and then I'll do my workout. And right now I'm doing 80-day obsession. I'm obsessed. I love it much. And then after that is cooking dinner, doing chores. And a lot of my coaching stuff happens throughout pockets of the day. I used to do the power hour, and it was a bit insane for me for a while because I was being really strict with my schedule. But I find that when I have 20 minutes, I will like bang out 20 minutes of coaching and send invites out, do my likes, do whatever I need to. And then I'm also, as I said, I'm studying to get my nutrition certification. So I do probably about a half hour to 45 minutes of schoolwork per night after I've done dinner and like cleaned up and stuff like that. But I try to make sure that I have like no phone or anything past 9:00, and then the rest is just family time.
Awesome. Yeah. So I took some notes because all of that was really great. I love that you do the no phone thing. I'm like such a big advocate for that because I feel like it's so life-changing, and I really promote it in my meditation group. And every time I hear people like say they've tried it, they're like, oh my gosh, it really is life-changing. Yeah. So I'm sure that
and also, you're not missing anything. Like I used to think of huge life-changing. It's not. It's like no one's gonna care if you missed that kitten video. Like really.
Exactly. Like it's so true. I'm trying to get my boyfriend on that same page. He like picks it up right away. He sometimes doesn't, but.
Yeah.
And so you work full time. you're also a mom.
Yeah.
So you're not just like hitting Success Club 20 and just like working 17 hours a day. Like and you say you do it in pockets, which is, I think a lot of like moms who work the business call it like, what is it? Mom holes or something. I forget there's like a name for it. But I'm sure when you do those pockets, because you know you have such a limited amount of time, you're super kind of like laser focused because you know you have to.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So I think that's, and that just proves that whether you have 20 minutes or an hour, it's not about do you have time, it's if you're prioritizing. Are you making it
definitely.
important to you?
Yeah, and I think that's like you just hit it right on the nose. With anything in your life, if you think it's important enough, then you will find the time. When people say I don't have the time, I call bullshit, because it's total bullshit. Like, if I can work full time, be a student, be a mom, work out, meal prep, keep my house clean, and we've got 2 dogs, then I think you guys can do it too. Of course, you got to be a bit, compassionate and be understanding. But you have to remember that this is a business. And so if you treat it like a business, it'll pay you like a business. And if you treat it like a hobby, it'll pay you like a hobby.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's, I think so important about if it's important, cause like, I think Danielle said it on our last, coach workshop thing. She was like, if it's important to you to like binge watch like 17 episodes on Netflix, like you'll find that time, but a lot of people don't find the time, but then they say that they want to see that success, or they say that they want to, be able to pay for their groceries with that. But when your actions don't align with your words, it doesn't mean that you're a bad person, but you just have to reevaluate and figure out, is this really important to you, and find out, how to make that work. You're making it work. You're hitting high numbers too.
Yeah. And so it's really important to see where you're spending your time, right? So I'm not going to deny it. I love binge watching Netflix. I'm on Scandal right now, if anyone loves Scandal. But I can't be binge watching every day. It's like with anything, like everything in moderation. And so
yeah, for sure. Yeah, because like I'm like a weird, I don't know. Well, I call myself weird, but I guess it's not weird. Some people think it's weird. But I love video games. Like I play like Xbox with my boyfriend. But like I could sit there and play for hours and hours and hours. And like sometimes I'll play for a while. But like I said, like you kind of find the time that you're not doing that. As long as I kind of use it as like a reward. I'm like, okay, I get these things done. Like I get to like go do that. Yeah. Definitely. So something that I was just gonna say. I don't remember. I don't remember. If I remember, I will say it. Okay, number 3 is you hit really high Success Club numbers. You've been hitting pretty much 20 plus. You've been the leader besides Carly, but Carly just has more years on you. But I'm sure if you started the same time as her, you guys would be like neck and neck. Basically are, but you're one of the highest volume earners, one of the highest Success Club earners on our team, which doesn't just mean points. It means she's actually helping people, and I know she does a good job of that because I've heard through Danielle. But what would you say you can attribute to your success?
I was actually giving this a lot of thought, because people keep on asking me, what's your secret? And I'm like, fuck if I know. I think I'm real, completely. Like I've always been told I'm a really like real, honest, sincere kind of person. And I think that just comes across, especially because I am very open with my alcoholism, my emotional eating, my struggles with trying to live this healthy lifestyle, because it's not easy. Yeah, it's simple, but it's not easy, especially if you don't have a strong support system. And thankfully, I have my strong support system online through Beachbody, but a lot of people don't have that, right? And so I think that people are able to relate to me, especially in Northern Canada, where there are a lot of social problems with alcohol. A lot of people smoke, a lot of people drink, a lot of people do drugs. They don't eat right. Like the rates of diabetes and obesity are like exponentially rising. And you grow up thinking that that is just how it is. But I'm like, no, there can be a different way of life. And a lot of that is going back to how we used to live as Indigenous people, where we, try to eat as clean as we can. We try to be as active on the land as we possibly can. And it's also about honoring our bodies and our minds and our spirits. So I think me living that type of lifestyle and leading that example is what was really drawing people in.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is. It's just me sharing my story.
Yeah, and I think it can be as simple as that. Like a lot of people always ask, oh, I wonder what she's doing. Whether it's you see somebody on the National Wake Up Call or you just hear somebody is having a lot of success. They always and everybody always wants to know what's okay. If I think like somebody may have even gotten on the call tonight and think, okay, this is going to be the call. Jenny's going to give us that one thing, and boom, I'm just going to rock it. But it's never that one thing. It's always multiple things that you continue to add in, that help you, and sharing your story. I mean, that's why we're so big on it. And I really do agree that you're probably just connecting with so many people, and you are a real honest person. And, some people might not like that. Some people might. And that's the same thing with me. There's tons of people that don't like me, but that's good. You're pushing away the people that you don't want to work with, and they don't want to work with you. So I think that's, really, really beneficial to your business. Okay. Number 4. So you live in Canada. So do you only work with Canadian coaches? Like, do you work a lot more locally, or do you kind of work with people all over? Like, where would you say you find most of the people that either join your team or join your groups?
I think most of my people, most of my people are Northern Canadians from the Northwest Territories, the province in which I live. And most of them are Indigenous women. But I do have clients, and and I've got a couple coaches who live down in Southern Canada, and I do actually have one client who lives in the States. So I'm willing to work with pretty much anybody, of course, but mainly it's been Indigenous women from across the Northwest Territories, and I am reaching into Nunavut and into Alaska and the Yukon as well. So
yeah. That is, I feel like, a really important point to note, because you said you live in a town that has 2,000 people. And so many times people are like, well, I don't know enough people. I mean, I feel like that's more people who aren't joining yet because they don't realize that you can meet people. But that just goes to show that there are so many people to help. And the fact that you're finding people, and you have, not that you're not only working with those kind of people, but you found so many of those people hitting, hitting high Success Club numbers means you're continuously finding those people all the time, and you only have one client in the state. I definitely wasn't expecting you to say that. So that is really awesome. And it shows that, you can build, probably another thing is attributes to your success is that you do, build locally. And I've actually heard this, that I forget who said it, but in this business or in any of these businesses, you actually build a more stable business when you build locally. And our team has always been, big on, not that we, say you can't build locally, but, it's a lot of people meeting through Instagram, because we tend to have people who are a little bit more introverted and they don't want to talk to their friends. That's me. I'm not introverted, but I'd rather talk to a stranger than I talk to somebody that I know. But for those of you who might be thinking about building locally, Jenny's got the proof in the pudding, either building locally or just building people that are really, really a part of your tribe. I think is something to definitely check out. Okay, and then the last question would be, what tips of advice would you offer to a brand new coach who wants to see success?
I think for a brand new coach, I just signed up last August, so it's been 6 months or something now. And I remember that first month, I was losing my shit. I was so stressed out. I thought that I was going to let all these people down. I wasn't sure I was so new to the process that I felt overwhelmed, and I almost let that fear stop me from coaching. I was I don't think I'm built for this. I don't think this is for me. And I'd even thought about quitting initially in the beginning, but I just had to calm myself down and realize that the ultimate goal is to help people. And so I just needed to figure out what my schedule was for me. So as a new coach, you just need to really pay attention to how you're spending your time, like we said earlier, and write down all the things that are a priority to you. And if there's things that you're doing that don't match your priorities, you're not going to do it within the first month or so, right? Because you're going to be so overwhelmed. You're trying to learn all this new stuff. Sure, later on, when you get more used to being a coach and what's involved with being a coach, then you'll have more free time. But initially, I think, like really creating a good schedule and sticking to it is key, and ask tons of questions. Like, don't be afraid to ask any kind of question at all. There's no such thing as a dumb question. Like, I remember when I first signed up, I was like, oh my God, Danielle's going to block me. She probably thinks I'm like this freaking stalker chick, because I was messaging her all the time, but she was so nice and so understanding and so helpful. So it was really, she was such a great support system. There's no way I would have stuck through it if she wasn't so patient with me. Yeah. So I'd say, just stick to your schedule, and don't let your fear stop you. With anything in life, this business is like all about what's up here. And if you get freaked out and you limit yourself because of your fears, then, that's just going to be, it's sad. Like, you don't want to do that. So just be willing to get uncomfortable. Be willing to send those invites out. And, it's hard for me because I'm quite introverted. And for me to be out on social media like this, it's taken me a few months, but now I'm completely comfortable doing it. But it's inviting people and asking questions that was the hardest for me, because I didn't want to come across as salesy. But just remember that you are trying to help people. And how can you help people if they don't know what's available? And some people don't even know that they want help until you ask them, oh, here, this is what's available. Do you want to hear more? And if Danielle hadn't asked me that, then I wouldn't have known. So, and I was F off, So just remember that, like, if you do have potential clients who may be really resistant, give them some space, but just remember, don't quit on them. Like, I've got a client who just signed up, who I've been talking to for 6 months. 6 months. Finally, I got her. I was like, I knew I'd get you, So just don't give up. Don't let your fear stop you.
That was really, really awesome. I think that, speaking about overwhelm, I remember, I think you had hopped on the new coach leader call, and you were telling me all the things you were doing. And I was like, oh my goodness, like, we gotta just take it slow. So I'm glad that you said that. And I think that is so much a thing that stops new coaches and I try to tell them that, like, this first, time I talk to my new coaches is to tell them, you will feel overwhelmed. It's impossible to not feel overwhelmed. But I'm so glad that you said that, because it's kind of like you have to break through that. Like, it's going to happen. It's like going through puberty. Like, it's going to happen regardless. You just have to get past it. And once you do, like, there's still going to be ups and downs, but you're going to feel like you are, like, not so crazy in the head, like when you first start to figure everything out.
Yeah. And reach out to people. Like, if you do feel overwhelmed, let us know, let your team know, because we've all been through it, so we can help each other out, right?
Yeah, that's such a good point too, because I think sometimes people tend to go inward and they're afraid. I had a coach tell me that today, actually. She was like, I was embarrassed to tell you. I'm like, no. Like, we're not expecting you to be perfect at all. And when you kind of spiral down, if you don't let us know, it's just going to keep going on. Even longer. And also, I would never have guessed this about you, that you're an introvert. And you kind of taken, again, time creates diamonds. You've taken that time, and not necessarily saying that you're going to be the most extroverted person ever, but I'm sure that it's helped you kind of come out of your shell, a little bit. But I'm sure, all introverts still have that tough time to get through, but that's really awesome. And the last thing you said, I really liked, some people don't even know they want help until you ask them. That is really, really powerful too, because that stops so many people. Like, well, I don't know if she'd want to join my group. Well, she might not even know either until you let her know. So and that's, like, I think even bigger with coaching too. People might not even realize this opportunity. And if you're not sharing about coaching, you're not talking about why you love the team, and, whatever it is that you want to share about coaching, they're not going to know that you have that to offer. So thank you so much, Jenny. Does anybody have any questions? And I also, Jenny, I feel like you're very well spoken. I know you said you're an introvert. Do you go Instagram Live or Facebook Live at all? Or does that freak you out?
Sometimes, yeah. I feel okay, I'm pretty lazy, and I don't want to go Instagram Live and then Facebook Live for the same message. I'm trying to figure out a way where you could go live and then record it, so I don't bother going live. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and it's fine. There's no right or wrong. I just think that the way you speak, the way you speak on camera, like anybody, if you can hold like somebody's attention, because sometimes somebody can talk and you don't follow them and it's all over the place. But I feel like you could hold someone's attention. So you can go go live on Instagram and save it. It's like a top right hand corner, and then upload it to Facebook. Because you can't like save from Facebook and upload to Instagram unless you made like a post. But you can. I always personally, because right now, and this is just a tip for everybody, both algorithms are all messed up, but Facebook is really terrible right now. Like I can post something, and like the other day I posted something and no one even saw it. I was like, what? Like that doesn't make any sense. So I personally don't really do too much Facebook Live. I'll go Instagram Live and then sometimes upload it. But Instagram Live is better, right?
Yeah.
At least right now.
I do go Facebook Live quite often in my challenge groups, but not my own social media that often. But I will give it a shot. Yeah, I'm not like I'm not scared of it or anything. I just the laziness factor.
It's okay. Yeah, I would just use it to your advantage because you're well spoken, and that's gonna translate to a lot of people. So everybody's saying thank you. Does anybody have any questions? Danny, you did ask. This is not related to you, Jenny. I think this was from earlier, but wonder what color container they're gonna be. Oh, the bars. I'm assuming they're gonna be a red because they're 10 grams of protein, but not sure. All right. So it looks like nobody has any questions. Jenny, thank you so much. You rock. Keep rocking it. Keep doing your awesomeness. That doesn't even make any sense, but just keep doing your awesomeness because that's what you are. You're awesome. I love having you a part of the team. You're awesome leader and role model for everyone. So yeah, thank you so much. Thanks to everybody for getting on, and I will see you guys tomorrow for the elite call. If you can make it on 8:30 p.m. Peace out, guys. Bye, guys.
Thanks. Bye.